Who are you people? You people.
What do you mean, you people?
All right, I got a question, you guys. Now that we're all of an age where we fucked a decent amount, do you prefer fucking with the stereo on or the TV on? Because I feel like fucking in silence is just weird.
I mean, TV, I guess. I've done it to music. It's weird. You start fucking to the beat. It's bizarre. I don't.
No, I like
I could go either way.
Yeah.
I can't decide which one I prefer.
I like silence actually, but then if there's like low music on a stereo in the background, I'll go for that.
When I was a kid, I had subwoofers under my bed.
Oh, see there, yeah, I
that
could
doesn't
see the
That doesn't surprise me at all.
that vibration. Oh yeah, baby. Listen to that Barry White music down here and get that
Oh
vibration.
no, man! We had. I mean, you could always play rap with the certain girls,
Oh yeah.
Primus.
but like, no, too fast.
That would
too
be
fast.
a weird. Yeah.
But Mazzy Star, Fade Into You. Oh, if you have good subwoofers, that song has like some of the craziest, deepest bass notes that you just don't ever pick up on headphones.
Oh.
James, are you familiar? Are you pulling it up for me?
Gonna give it a go, considering the
Oh, here we
fun
go.
problems we've had this evening.
I mean, if you'd
Right.
rather not.
I got it. We'll see what happens.
See
I
what
like it.
happens.
Let's see if we
See
break
what
it.
happens.
Will it work? Will it work?
This song?
Yeah.
Oh, this fucking song. I know what you're talking about.
So you can't hear it with headphones.
Right.
But there is an underlying bass note in this song that is just fucking awesome.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can kind of hear it. Like a little bit. But I get you with a subwoofer, it's probably out of control. Like,
Dude,
Yeah.
I'll give you a demonstration after the podcast in my truck.
Alright.
But like,
Oh, I thought you were gonna have us lay in your bed and feel it. Feel
no,
it,
there are
like-
currently no
Yeah.
subwoofers under my bed.
okay.
I am so I'm trying to get more flexible.
Yeah.
Two things happened. I'm fat and I'm out of shape. And I know I'm super fat. I don't actually have any idea what I weigh, but I know I bent my bed frame.
Oh shit.
And
Yeah,
I
that's
get
a
it
sign.
that it's an old bed frame and it's weak and whatever. But I bent a bed frame. So now I am on a box spring on the floor, like all of Anthony Armstrong's favorite previous dates. But it forces me to get up off the floor. You know what I mean?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you gotta bend and move.
Yeah,
And,
it forces me to
get
get
up.
flexible to get up off the floor. Otherwise, like, I'm not going to get on the ground voluntarily. What am I, a fucking toddler?
A giant toddler.
The biggest toddler. So, like, yeah, I put myself in a position where I got to get up off the floor, basically, in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I got.
I don't remember what the point is. Oh, that's why there's no subwoofer under my bed. I remember
Oh, there
now.
you go. Okay.
Fuck all this shit.
James, did you ever do anything fun like that? Put a subwoofer in your bed?
No, not for. I think I had a subwoofer under my bed, but it wasn't for any like purpose like that. Like it just where it fit in college. You know, like you're in a dorm room, so
yeah,
you
but
gotta
if
figure out
you
where your
ever
speakers
like
and shit
just
go.
laid in your bed with your subwoofer on, I bet it felt rad. I'm not even talking about fucking. Just like sometimes you got to put on some good low music and you got to just close your eyes and zone out for a while. And there's something ultra soothing about feeling the bass while you're just laying in your bed.
I mean, I would agree. I don't think I ever did that, like intentionally. You know what I mean? Like it was.
Oh,
never,
that's
like,
what I built it for. I know. I did like. It's not like I was getting laid a lot in high school. I was not a stud. But like fun side effect when I was lucky enough to have it.
I mean, for sure. Yeah, I never had that.
I never
fu-
in my headboard.
I didn't fuck to music all that often.
I did everything to music as a kid because it's music you could take anywhere. Walkman batteries, like, really were the only thing that fucked up my day.
But it's interesting because, like, I mean, I think the first girl I was with, we definitely had sex to music. But then, like, I went through a string that were just, they didn't want it, and I didn't care. You know, like, it wasn't like, oh, no, we got to have music to do this.
Yeah, no, and that's why I was, like, curious if anyone had a hard preference, like, music over TV.
And
by TV, it could be a movie, it could be a show, whatever.
I've definitely fucked, like, to the sounds of a TV, right, whether it be a movie or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
we put something on and one thing became another, and,
Sure.
you know, the Wizard of Oz
Netflix and
played
chill.
out. Right. Like, that definitely happened probably more.
I'm sure somebody has done this. You know the whole thing about how Wizard of Oz and Pink Floyd, The Wall,
Yeah.
not The
Yeah.
Wall, Dark Side.
You can go on
but, like,
YouTube, and
fuck-
it's already synced up and everything.
Well, yeah,
You just
but
watch
no.
it.
What I'm saying is fucking to that sync.
Oh, I'm sure.
That would
Potheads.
be trippy.
I did. That was back. So that was the first girl I was with, and we were both pretty big potheads. And it was back then we did have to, you know, Third Lion's Roar, sync it up.
Oh, yeah.
But we definitely had sex to that playing. But yes, to Bear's point, it's called Dark Side of the Rainbow. If anybody wants to find it, they've really gone through and synced it all up.
I'm gonna look for that.
So you can watch it now. There's two versions. One, the movie only goes as long as the album does.
Oh,
However, the better version is because the first or second time we ever synced it up with like some of my friends, it still hits like on the third time through the album.
wow.
Like there's like right when time kicks in, bong, you know, like with the little rototom thing.
Oh, yeah,
is
yeah.
right when all the flying monkeys kneel to Dorothy. And that's the third time through the album. And you're like, all right, this is getting fucking weird. And you're high as fuck. You're like, this shit had to be planned. There's no question in my mind after going through it. I was like, that was a thing. It was 100% a thing. I don't care what they
Yeah.
say.
Well, Pink Floyd would. I guess that would have been. They would have been the ones syncing themselves up because I think didn't
Yeah, the movie existed before.
yeah, like
Pink
way
Floyd
before.
existed,
Yeah,
right?
so they. But they did all kinds of experimental genius shit. You know.
What I'd like to see is like season 3 of Rick and Morty, but like matched up to the Jay-Z Black album or something. Like, how come that's not a thing that works?
Well, you're putting it out there, and now it is. Or somebody will catch on to that. Let's do it.
What's the matter, James? You look disgruntled again. Is
So-
our audio bad?
No, the audio is actually maybe as good as it's ever been.
Then why do you look so mad?
Because 1, 2, 3 cameras are all frozen. The only one currently working is the one on my dumbass.
Oh, I don't even have a light on mine.
I know.
Okay.
I'm aware. It's just
Yeah,
frozen.
yeah, that went out. Yeah.
Don't know what the fuck is going on.
I mean, that's fine.
We'll
I
live.
think it's a
The-
fun picture of me. I like how yours is still going. I can
Right.
see you get worked up.
Mine,
Jeff's is, dude. Can you put that screen on the TV?
Yeah. Let me
not
see what-
easily.
Can you rotate that? Tell me Jeff doesn't look like he's about to bust a dope freestyle.
Nice.
Hamill
the-
just
that's the
busted
best
his freestyle,
That's the best I've
Yeah,
ever looked.
Hamill's sitting there still nodding with the beat.
right?
My fucking
Yeah.
my sweet fucking neck beard I got going on.
Yeah, dude.
God damn.
Does
dude.
that itch?
Like a motherfucker, man.
Yeah, yeah. Mine.
'Cause I don't grow it out ever. I stopped doing it because I hated just maintaining it. I was like, fuck it, I'll just shave it off.
yeah.
That's how I've been rocking for the past year or so, and I just haven't really had any motivation to shave my face. To be honest with
Yeah.
you, this is not a style. I'm just like fucking like, ugh.
It's what I like to call the apathy beard.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's an apathy beard. It's a motherfucker.
I need to buy a new electric razor or go see a barber. I hate that my face looks like this right now.
Steph Martinez. He's a good barber.
Yeah, go see him.
He's
I don't-
great. He's given Denver comedy scene dudes
Good
great,
guy, too.
Great haircuts. Yeah, hilarious, awesome
Yeah.
guy.
I did.
Where is he at?
He's like, where's it? He's got a shop like in
I think it's off-
Rhino or.
No, I think it's on. It's not Broadway, right? It's on Broadway.
Oh yeah, because he moved.
Yeah, it's like Broadway. it's like right near where Three Kings is, but like around the corner on like is it Bayard?
I have no clue.
Yeah,
Might
yeah,
be
Bayard.
Yeah.
What's it called? Anybody know?
It's called Haircut.
I don't know that just Steph Martinez.
STEPH?
I think no STEF Martinez Barber. Yeah, let me see if I can.
Just Googleable.
Yeah, it's probably Googleable. No, I did a show with him one time at okay. This was great. Mercury Cafe, they used to have this once a month open mic. That wasn't really run by anyone in Denver comedy. So it was all these comics that just like you never even met. Like I was doing stand up for like 2 fucking years and I had met a single one of these people.
Right.
And they were telling awful jokes, right? And I went to go see Steph because I was hanging out with, me and Steph were kind of cool back then. We still are, but like people go their own directions, whatever. So I went there to go hang out with him to watch him. And he was nervous about it because he just started doing comedy. And he's going last.
Can I get a water?
Oh, by the way, it's called BC Barber Company.
BC Barber Company.
We'll give a free plug
Like
for that.
Barber Company, Barber Company?
Barber CO, yeah, company.
BC.
Oh, he even has a. So it's 3210 East Colfax. They got a number on here. His website on here.
Oh, it's on East Colfax. I bet.
Yep.
Trying to find.
If this is up to date, maybe it moved over to where you're talking.
Oh, snap.
No, but we're doing it. He goes last in the show, right? And they specifically told him, "Hey, come with new material," right? He goes up there, and all of the comics, all 10 of them before him, did exactly the same sets that they did the last month because he was there last month, and he is fucking pissed because he's like, they made it the point to tell me to do new shit, and these assholes aren't doing new shit. He felt kind of singled out, which I don't blame him. He gets up on stage, tells one joke, and then realizes, man, fuck this shit. And then one by one just starts trashing every single one of the comics. And it was great. Like this old woman had a joke about shoving a fucking cucumber up her pussy. But and he was just like, nobody wants to be in your pussy, not even cucumbers. Like it's fucking disgusting and shit like that. And then like some guy had Neil Armstrong rap, and he's just like, he looks at him and goes, "Hey, Neil Armstrong was a bitch," or something like that. He says like all something like shitty about Neil, dude, and he just systematically goes one by one down the line and starts ripping all of them. And then he goes, "Man, fuck this shit," and it just drops the microphone on the stage. And he walks off stage, and I high-fived the shit out of him because I was dying in the back. Everyone was dead silent like it was court. This fucking I'm in the back dying because he is ripping these motherfuckers apart.
That's so great.
And I was like, I will respect you to the day I die, sir.
That's
God
awesome.
bless.
Bear, I just texted you his website.
Oh,
you can
word.
book on that, and there's a phone number and all that. So
Thank you.
yeah, but cool guy, hilarious. I mean, just on and off stage, hilarious, and just yeah.
Actually, he ran a show once out of like a.
Did you find him? I
Was
wanna
it
see
at
a picture of
Embassy?
him.
Because
No.
he did a show at Embassy Tavern. for a
No,
while.
he did a show at like basically like an agway for weed.
Oh, okay.
Like people who wanted to grow and all that stuff. Like one of those places. He was off of like Quebec near the fucking Quebec and I-70 where all those like truck stops and shit are.
Yeah, Sap Brothers. And
Yeah,
everything.
shit like that. It was out there. And that's actually where I met Mike Hammock for the first time. But like he was like, it was middle of July. We're all fucking sweating. We're outside middle of the afternoon. And he openly was like, "Yeah, this is a dog shit show. I'm sorry, guys." Like that's his intro to the fucking to the show with a microphone in his hand. Yeah, this show sucks, guys.
I love that.
What happened?
So if it's the guy I think it is,
Stefan?
Steph.
Steph STEF
Martinez.
Martinez. And I just sent Bear his website and like if you go on his Facebook, he's got like the link and phone number and all that.
Okay,
so
perfect.
the first time I went to Lion's Lair, I saw Brett Hiker hit a girl in the face with a Laffy Taffy.
Jesus.
Not as an act of violence, but just an act of bad throwing.
Oh, okay.
And I went up after that, and I got the girl that received blow to the face to laugh, and it kind of like won the room back. And then if it is who I think it is, I believe Steph Martinez went up after me and did his whole set making Kool-Aid jokes about me because I was a fat guy in a red T-shirt.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you don't want to pay.
Oh no, I don't care. Like that, I remember that night because like, dude, that was the funniest thing I ever saw when he hit her in the face with that Laffy Taffy. And I didn't realize how much I love that story until maybe like 2 years ago. Brett Hiker, like I saw him and he goes, "You gonna tell me the story?" And I was like, "Nah, you know."
Yeah, right.
But apparently, I had told it to him like the first 4 times I met him. Like I couldn't hold it in. It was amazing.
Lion's Lair holds a special place in my heart. I always
Yeah.
will like that place. I don't know why. It's just, It's grimy as fuck, but it's like I've had some great memories there.
Dude, and it's got just more personality than so many other
Yeah.
places, and fucking, Tony and
Tony's
behind the bar and what's her name?
He's gone through so many co-pilots that place.
Okay.
There's
Like,
some
yeah,
kid
it's
from
just-
Boston who's working there for a while. That me and him on 303 day, I ripped the town of Denver in half. Like just started shitting on it, and it was like a tournament thing they were having, some weird tournament like that night, and I got kicked out of the tournament like first round because I was like, "Well, you can't make fun of Denver," and I was like,
Oh.
whatever, dude." But like I shit on it. Then went outside to smoke a cigarette. The guy from Boston fucking goes outside to smoke a cigarette with me and goes, "Oh fuck, I thought you left." He's like, "You took a shit in this town and you fucking bounced. That's kind of funny, but you're here, so that's ballsy." I'm like, well, "Thank you." I don't know. I was in a mood that day. I think I just fucking was hating the city for some reason.
Yeah, you got to go with it.
Sometimes you just hate stuff.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing with
I
me.
mean, I can love and hate this city,
Yeah.
There's like, I've lived here for 28 years, and
Oh fuck! Wow.
just, yeah,
I've been here for like I think 11.
6 or so. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, because
11,
I think
12.
like you and I met in, what,
No.
2013 or something? And,
You moved here in 09?
No, I moved in 12.
Okay. So
Yeah,
9 years.
9 years. Yeah,
9 years. My bad.
But like I think I met you at either like Meade Street or maybe it was up at that what was that 300 Sons deal that
Oh yeah.
Joanne
yeah.
McIver
yeah.
ran and Emily.
I tried.
Andrews.
You got on that, right? Didn't
Yeah, I
you?
did a couple
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
I tried to get on it. It just didn't work out. But it is what it is.
What, James? You
It's
look
been
like
a-
you
it's-
just
it-
blew a load.
It's been an exciting show for me this week. I don't normally have to deal with all this shit, but none of it decided to show itself up until we went live. It was all good because every week I run a pre-check and make sure everything's good. That's why last week I knew this thing
You're
was
a
going to suck.
fucking nerd.
Well, it's a.
I love you, but you're a nerd.
Thank God he is though. Otherwise, we would have just.
I don't know, man. We
yeah.
could have had old mics that didn't pop and crack and make us sound like we're going through puberty, and
Yeah.
we'd been just fine. Probably still better than 90% of the other podcasts.
Well,
But that's not good enough for James.
that's a low bar.
Fucking no, I want
No.
this. The
Yeah.
next step is to buy $1,600 worth of mics for this fucking room because I want those like real nice Shure that you pick you up like it's picking us up here
Yeah.
when from this far away.
Okay.
Oh, the Joe
Oh, hell
Rogan
yeah.
ones?
Yeah, they're
Oh, yeah,
fucking
man.
$400 a pop.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're great fucking mics, but
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not into the. Let me just drop 1,600. I just bought these mics because these are measurably better than our
Sure.
old ones.
I can tell by the level of boner you have when you talk about him.
I mean, you can hear it.
No, I hear your erection clearly through the microphone.
It's like
I've had
it's like-
constant wood myself.
it's like bubble pop. It's like it's a son of a dick grown.
So
So Jeff, you do pretty well with the festivals.
Oh, okay.
As far as
yeah.
getting on them. What's your how do you do that? What's your
Well-
process?
So like
Teach us your ways.
I just play the numbers. Like I found this website that has a weird name, badslava.com.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, and you have to like be patient and click on every website. A lot of them are like not even doing festivals anymore, but they don't go back and like clean up, whatever.
Yeah.
But and then I'm like, oh, okay, that one looks fun. I'll submit to that, and I just submit to so many. And dude, before I got my first like big one, which was Red Clay Comedy Festival back in 2018. Before that, I had not really. I'd gotten like rejection letter after rejection letter, And,
Oh, wow.
And those are, man, that hurts,
I bet. Yeah.
But then I thought, well, fuck it, I'll just keep doing it. And then I got that one. I submitted my video from the 2018 New Faces contest at Comedy Works, and because I did really solid, and it was a hot crowd that night, and it was high quality audio video,
Yeah.
and I don't know, and just me being my weird self. Somebody or whoever was on the committee, they're like, "Oh man, I like that guy. He's weird or whatever."
Yeah.
And I got the acceptance. I was like, "Holy shit!" And then I just kind of stuck with that, And I think that so I used that video and the 2019 of the same competition.
Yeah.
I just think that there's something about when you have a really well done video with great audio that that wins them over, you know, or it helps.
Word.
Because I see like other friends of mine are like, man, I'm submitting to festivals and I'm not getting in half as many. And then I look at what they send and I'm like, oh, dude, man, that's like,
Yeah.
it's like, anyway, I went to the dog park today. And
yeah.
it's like, yeah, well, how are they they're going to throw that out within 10 seconds.
Well, and there's
and
also
not
the
watch it.
perception then that you're only working clubs with shitty audio equipment,
Yeah.
or shitty video equipment, or it's just like a whole perception. You could have a monster set and crush a room, but if it sounds like shit, people. This is why I care so much about audio, because if it's hard to listen to, they don't.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also I think this is another thing. There's something about like my style where if I'm doing a short set, like a 3 to 5 minute set, I will do real tight short jokes with all the ums and ahs and the rambling, and I'm not saying that you guys or anybody rambles,
I
but
kind of do.
but I do, like when I do a longer set, in the middle I'll kind of ramble. But I think that when you have joke, tag, joke, like, shit, sorry. when you're, you know what I mean? When it's like a really tight set and there's no wasted words in it, then
Yeah.
I think festival producers are like, oh, shit, okay, that's good. You know?
Like it's a guaranteed. I got X number of minutes that I know I can get out of this human.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it, yeah, is that this guy's not going to just get up there and fuck around or whatever, you know.
A meandering 25. It's
Yeah.
going to be a fucking tight 10.
Or like so many people, they try to do crowd work in those submission videos, and it's just like the problem with that is the audience isn't mic'd, so you can't hear what they're riffing off of. So it'll be somebody going, yeah, well, you know, and where are you guys from? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I was there. And then what do you do? And it just sounds like this weird one-sided kind of.
That's
you
a
know.
good point, because we were talking about this before we came live the first hour. Is Bear was asking, like, trying to get something done with that, and you do crowd work, and so there's a really
I'm good at it even.
there's an important thing to consider, that if it's like a set where you're going to do that, whoever's maybe recording that, and it's not hard to sync audio and video.
Yeah.
Like I can do it in about 10 minutes, is like get good video, but you're right. If you don't hear the back and forth,
Yeah.
crowd work just wouldn't work in that. It's like when you,
Also, like with the crowd work thing, some headliners won't want to work with you. If
Oh,
you're-
that's a very big thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Really?
yeah, and the reason why I was told this years ago, the reason why is because it opens the door to audience participation, and not everyone wants that.
and when your headliner's just doing a tight 45 and
And with no crowd work, just doing his thing. And some comics don't do crowd work. When people
Fair.
talk, it pisses them the fuck off. But like it's when you open the door to them, and you can't get mad at the crowd because the last guy was doing it.
right.
So-
and now they think that that's the kind of energy the room
Yeah.
has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
That makes actually perfect.
Some
I never
yeah.
thought about it that way.
Yeah, who told me that? Some headliner in Portland, Maine, told me that one time. Some big guy, Ron Harrington, I think he told me that.
I mean, that's why you see so little crowd work in specials.
Yeah, I mean,
Like Patrice did it. Big J. Okerson did a crowd work special.
Todd Barry did. Who else?
Jimmy Carr.
Moshe Kasher has like a whole thing where he's just it's kind of a combo of crowd work and like riffing and just kind of making stuff improvised. You know?
Yeah.
And he's amazing at it.
What's the other guy? Andrew S. Clay has one.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Well, with the night the night the laughter died.
Oh, interesting.
shit.
I didn't know
Okay.
that.
That is like it's a brutal album. He showed up to Dangerfields unannounced and did 2 hours and recorded it. And to a crowd that did not want him there.
Ooh.
And so he just
Yeah.
fucking buried the crowd for 2
Yeah,
hours.
to the
and-
point where someone stood up and said, "You stink," and then fucking
shit.
left, and that made the album.
Damn.
Yeah.
What was the Patrice one where he did that? It was like his second from the last
well,
album.
he did it a little bit in Elephant in the Room.
Yeah, but this is
there was,
before that.
There was one that he basically opened with crowd work for
Yeah.
like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Was it his HBO half hour or something like that?
It was one of those, and he
Yeah.
definitely did a shit ton of it in his Dirty show in Montreal.
Was that the one where he asked the crowd, the women, like if your pussy fell off, how would you keep it, man? And
That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and all the girls are like, flow jobs, ass sex, blah, 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 blah. And he's like,
and you described yourself as a series of holes.
Yeah, he's like, none of you all said fucking learn how to have a good conversation.
Learn
how to
video
play-
games.
Yeah,
He
learn-
turned that right on
Yeah.
him so fast.
And
it was
they-
brilliant.
yeah, you can't even argue his point because it's like they just proved his point for him.
That's awesome.
You just classified yourself as a series of holes.
Series of Holes, not as good a band name as I wish it was.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, because it would have to be an all-girl band.
The Donnas, I know you're listening. I would love for you to rename yourself as a Series of Holes. Just for
Four
one album.
non-blondes.
Yeah, it's 4 non-blondes with
No, they're gone, man. They're done.
Are they?
Bananarama's coming back. I
I
heard.
feel like they went touring. in the last-
Bananarama, Walk Like an Egyptian. They're gonna do a new-
Bananarama did not do Walk Like an Egyptian. That was the Bengals.
The Bengals. That's who I was thinking
My
of.
bad, my bad.
Bananarama did Cruel Summer.
All right.
Is that a masturbation joke, Bananarama? Like the ramming a banana?
I don't know.
Could be. Could be.
It's worth Googling, though. You should jump on that.
Bananarama.
Look up Bananarama on Urban Dictionary. Right now, I'm going to guess before it's looked up that a Bananarama is like that scene in Not Another Teen Movie where Chris Evans does the bikini whipped cream,
Yeah.
but he turns around and there's a banana sticking out of his ass. I believe that is the Bananarama.
What?
Or Orama is always like a group thing, so like a banana masturbation orgy type deal.
Yeah.
This is
Something
not
like
going to
that.
be the response you were looking for.
These are not, why'd you say like fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi? These
These are not the
These aren't
bananas
the
you're
George
looking
you're
for.
The top definition, anyways, an amazing British girl group from the 1980s, the 1990s, and the new millennium.
I mean, that's fair, man. I love Bananarama. At least Cruel Summer. Cruel Summer's great.
back my.
Okay, however, the secondary is when you slide a banana up your girl's ass and begin to peel and ingest it.
Called it. Called it right. Banana in the ass.
Close, yeah.
Damn it, I am good.
So you have to stick the other end up so that you can peel it out of her ass.
No, okay. How do you peel a banana? Do you peel it stem first or from the other end?
Well, you
Who
got
the fuck peels a banana stem first?
I know some people
Of
do.
course, it's the little dangly bit.
No, you
don't-
pull. No, you pull from the
No, man, you pop the other end like a zit, and then it just peels so fucking easily.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have the
True,
handle to
yeah.
fucking hold and throw the banana peel away. You look at me like I'm a monster, but you're fucking retarded for never realizing how easy it is to open a fucking banana.
I also detest
My
bananas.
au pair never taught me that banana technique.
I always felt like when I used to eat bananas some 30-some years ago, you would take that stem piece and peel it, and then it would just, you got the nice even peel. You're correct. You don't get that like perfect by the stem with
Yeah.
the fucking 3 or 4
Yeah,
dangly
man.
bits. But it never occurred to me because I was like, well, the handle's
but
right
you
here.
looked at me like I'm a monster as I
Yeah,
described
because
it.
it had never
Right.
occurred to me to do it from. It's sort of like, well, there's a pull tab on this can, but it'd be a lot easier if I just poked a hole in the fucking side.
Yeah, that's how shotgunning
I know
started.
I get it,
Yeah.
but still,
Shotgun
that's
of
not
bananas.
necessarily an easier way to open the beer.
You want to
No,
shotgun
it's
some
not.
fucking bananas, man?
But rednecks are retarded. It's not like sometimes
just
what you know
gob of
changes what's
liquefied.
the best option.
The fair, look, I'll
If
totally
you're not
give you that.
smart enough like all the millions of primates to understand how to open a banana the easy way, you're just going to mangle the other end trying to tear that big nub open.
I just I
If you're
just set
opening
it.
bananas backwards, you're retarded.
I just set it down
I
on
know
the
I'm not
counter.
supposed to say retarded, but fuck you.
You just did though.
I don't
It's
care.
Fucking retard.
It's super fucking retarded to say retarded. I'm telling you.
No, but I take
gay.
the banana and
So
I
gay.
put it down on my counter, take a knife, slice off that the stem part, and then
Oh, okay,
you know.
that's one way to do it.
But I
don't
like
know.
cutting things violently. You know, helps me. People don't think of me as violent, but they're like, but Jeff, you do such beautiful, soothing paintings. No, there's rage and anger under that. you know.
No, yeah, of course, with every artist.
Yeah, it's
It's
like how
everywhere.
Bob Ross was a Marine.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's right.
He
Drill
was
sergeant. Yeah, he was a DI.
yeah.
Bullshit.
No, for
You're
real. Look it up.
serious?
You got the
I
thing
would
right there.
Never, I believe you.
There's
I
a whole
just never
thing
in a
on-
million years would have guessed that.
Watch the Count Dankula biography about him, man. That's the shit. Count Dankula. It's where it's at. I got so many awesome fucking reviews about my T-shirt when I wore it out for my first show that I did.
Oh yeah.
We all went out drinking afterwards, and everyone's like, "Yeah."
Air Force.
Was it the?
Kim Jong Un?
Oh,
Fucking. Yeah, it was the Air Force.
But he was a DI, right? Like a drill instructor.
Probably.
Does not say.
My screen still tells me that a
It wa-
bananarama is to anally ingest a banana.
It does not specifically say he was a DI. However, it does says having held military positions that required him to act tough and mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wanted
Ross
to-
declared that he would not raise his voice when he left the military.
Hence
So
the
that's like-
happy tree. Paint a happy little. He's got a little friend growing up next to him right there.
He was, quote, the guy who makes you scrub the latrine, the guy who makes you make your bed, the guy who screams at you for being late.
Man,
Yeah, that's a
Imagine-
DI.
hard to imagine.
Imagine going through all that and then turning the TV on like 15 years later and being like, "What the fuck?" Hey, happy trees, happy trees. Happy
Yeah, because he was there in 61, so people he trained definitely went to NAM.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So there are people that came back and be like, that fucking drill sergeant, what the fuck is this now?
You're gonna paint some shit. Paint you.
What do you mean
motherfucker.
happy little trees? You called me. You,
Mr. Rogers, sorry. Was Mr. Rogers in the military?
Ooh, I've heard some weird urban legends about him. Like the main reason why he got the show because he got busted with drugs, and part of his yeah,
Damn.
this is an urban legend I heard that he got busted with drugs in Pittsburgh, and that part of his plea deal was that he would do public service, and part of his public service was a TV show with PBS. That's I mean, granted, there's nothing to fucking support that, but that's one of the things I heard as a kid. I was like, what?
according to Wikipedia, born in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, he earned his bachelor's degree in music from Rollins College in 1951, began his television career in New York in 53, and then like PBS was 62. He graduated from Pittsburgh Theological Seminary
Yeah.
with a bachelor's degree in
Divinity.
in 62 and became a Presbyterian minister in 63. Then he went to University of Pittsburgh's Graduate School of Child Development. And then he developed the shows, The Children's Corner. In 68, he created Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Yeah.
God damn.
There's this whole thing where he's a film from like '67 or somewhere, where he's presenting in front of Congress because there's like no funding for public TV back then, especially children's programming, and like he's talking to these politicians who at first were all like, yeah, who's the fuck this guy, but then he just started talking about how he goes, well, you can watch it on YouTube sometime, but he just wins these congressmen over, and the main guy is almost like tearing up, and he's like, well, sir, you have won your case. Children need this positive influence, and they, I don't know how many, they gave him like $100 million or something for the show, and
Oh, no
or for that
shit.
network, yeah.
It was
So
like,
based on what Mr. Rogers did, Bill Cosby did kind of the same thing. Like he had theology majors when they were writing the Cosby Show
While he was roofing people.
to make sure that there was that the
But
Cosby
that's-
Show never painted black people in a negative light in any direction.
Oh yeah.
Right.
But yeah, he was totally slipping his pudding pop to doped up chicks.
I think it was so funny that the one scene from that show that popped up when he got nabbed was the one about his special barbecue sauce.
oh yeah.
And like everybody in the fucking backyards all of a sudden like getting down. He's like, that's my barbecue
Dude, have you
sauce."
seen his album covers that weirdly are him confessing? I mean, if you didn't from back then, you would never know that he would be hinting.
Oh, the
but
one about Spanish fly and shit.
Spanish Fly,
Yeah.
but one of them, it's a big picture of him smiling, and it just says, "I did it." But there's like a whole group of albums like that.
One of my favorite Beavis and Butthead episodes is when they get a hold of some Spanish fly.
Yeah.
They put it like in their hot teacher's like drink or something like that, but it wasn't her drink. It was like the chiseled
Janitor.
janitor.
Holy shit. Oh my God. There's Bill Cosby. It's true. It's true.
Yeah, yeah. It's true. It's
Oh.
true. Oh man.
Hmm.
Not to make light of it.
Oh, fuck
It's
it, might as
horrible.
well.
Yeah.
I mean, joking about it is, it's not like we're defending the guy.
Yeah, good point.
If we were like, hey, those chicks, little overblown. You know? Then I could see your point. Yeah.
I don't really care one way or the other.
Yeah, I mean, he got what he got.
I lost interest in Bill Cosby when he told Eddie Murphy that he wasn't allowed to be dirty.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Why do you get to choose what kind of comic someone else gets to be?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm the black authority.
there's always someone who's going to try and tell you how to do your job better than you're doing
What
it.
site is this? Because it's just a little thing in the corner here for Bill Cosby. And it says Bill Cosby has a perfect height, standing 6 feet 1 inch tall, and weighs 84 kilograms. He is bald. His hair color is light. And eye color is hazel. Interesting. I didn't know there was a perfect height. Apparently, it's 6'1".
Yeah, sure as fucking 5'9".
I mean,
How tall are you, Jeff?
About 6 even.
James,
Ooh,
can
you're
you
close.
just Google perfect height?
But like if you're, if there's a lady who's 5'2", dude, she'll go for you, man.
Yeah, that's the plan. That is the plan.
All right.
Or 4'10" or whatever.
We'll start with the top Google result. The ideal height for women. The average man prefers a woman who is 5'6". They consider 4'11" or shorter too short, and 6 foot or taller too tall.
I
Nah.
object.
I'd take.
Yeah, me too.
I would take a 4'11" girl.
Oh,
4'9".
hands down. Yep.
I honestly don't give a shit about dating a girl who's like a little taller than me. I really don't give a shit.
So
That doesn't bother me.
I like them if they like me. That's what.
Yeah, I
attracts
don't.
me.
Yeah. Oh, you really like me as a person? You're really interested in me, and you think that like you really, really like me, would like to pursue something? Ew, you're 6 feet tall. Get the. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no
I'm
way.
not-
I'd be
no.
like, no, yeah.
I'd be like, rad. Let's go to fucking Applebee's, fucking 220.
Yep.
Talk shit. You know? I don't know.
this other one says that it's 6'2".
Would you really take a date to Applebee's?
I mean, I did back in the day only because it's all we had in New Hampshire. So
Okay.
That was
Just
a-
want to make sure that's
nice.
not your go-to plan now.
no.
Perkins is my go-to because they got chicken
Tiger.
pot pie at 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
and they,
yeah, yeah.
The ladies love
My
that.
go-to first date's never at 3 in the morning, so I can't have no room to judge.
Yeah, but these are Craigslist hookups I'm talking about. It's
Oh,
like, hey, we
okay.
did our thing. Let's go get something to eat down the street or next door. There's always a La Quinta or a Village Inn
Yeah.
together, or like a Perkins or a Howard Johnson's.
Is that
I'd like,
does that breakfast go well most times, or is that kind of like a weird?
dude. No, it really does, man. Because
Okay.
you just burned a lot of calories, man.
Fair
like,
enough.
Eating puss the way I do, it's like there's. You wouldn't think. Sorry, is this?
No,
I
you're
could
fine.
edit
We
that.
just what happened, man. You're good.
And all the other, it's just.
You did a joke about fucking what's her face, Meg. Not what's her name?
Sally Field. That's
Sally
true.
Field. Go ahead.
So yeah, like some chicken waffles after that, or eggs Benedict, whatever.
I can see
It's the
that.
spot.
There's nothing like a chicken fried steak like within 20 minutes of blowing a load.
Yeah, right. So because you're getting the protein, the carbs, the
Dude, you're getting the chicken fried
Polyunsaturated-
steak, the gravy,
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah, man.
the fresh fucked eyes across the table.
Oh, okay. I was gonna drive there, then jerk off in my car, then go in.
I mean,
You can
I
do
bet
that
it's
too,
still
man.
great
That'll-
because
yeah.
chicken fried steak is awesome.
No, that is true. I've had it before. It's pretty good.
Sorry.
Like people that say they hate that or biscuits and gravy can both eat a dick.
There was actually one of the first time I discovered that like Village Inn after sex at like 3 in the morning was good. It happened. It was the weirdest situation. I met this lady at a hotel, and after a couple hours, the cops came into the parking lot of the hotel, so the lights were like we could see them through the window. And she's like, "Oh shit, that might be for me. Let's go." Let's sneak out and go down the street, and so we're walking, up against the wall, trying to sneak
Okay.
past them, because she was all paranoid that it was for her, and then what are you doing that the cops might be having?
Yeah.
She's like, well, I might have some meth and some coke in my purse, and I'm like, well, how would they? Do they have an APB out for you or
Yeah.
whatever?
Yeah.
And I'm telling her, I don't think going out toward them with meth and coke in your purse is the right move. But
Yeah.
somehow we get past them and down the street, and we're at Village Inn for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And she can see out the window that they're still at the hotel.
Yeah.
So she's like, well, let's just go for a walk around the neighborhood to stay away from them. And so it's like 4 in the morning, and we're just two weirdos
Did
like
she
walking
always
to the-
blow you in the park or something?
No, that would have been a good idea. I wish I had thought of that. No, all the sex part took place inside the motel.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you were already
like-
done. Okay.
But I'm of the opinion that if I fucked, and then I helped you evade the law, and then we had breakfast, like theoretically, I'm free to go at this point.
And we went Dutch for the breakfast, by the way. Like I didn't pay for. I
But
would
still,
have.
like you had breakfast with her,
yeah.
and then she's like, "Let's go for a walk." I'm like, I didn't sign up for random exercise because you got a warrant. What's in it for me?
Well, okay.
I
Number
want
one.
a blowjob on a bus stop.
As weird as this sounds, I'm not into receiving oral. I've just never liked it. And it was a very fascinating and weird conversation. So walking around, hearing her, she was a conspiracy theorist.
Huh.
I'm
So
still
it
not
was-
sold. People on cocaine think crazy shit is real.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was entertained, man. That's all where my brain was. You know?
So you don't like blowjobs? Like, let me.
No, I just, you know what happened? I think the first one that I got, the attempt, it was after my high school graduation party from a slightly older lady, and she dragged her teeth the whole time, and she had a chipped bottom tooth. So it wasn't quite painful, but it was just
Fuck right off
irritating.
with that.
And I think that just ruined it. It was the first one, so that's what was in my head. You know?
You need
and
to find a girl with a nice soft mouth.
I guess.
Yeah,
so,
but once you've
yeah.
been scarred like that, it's hard to go back.
No, I get
But
it.
then,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I tried 3 or 4 other times after that, and
Don't live in
all of
fear.
them drag their teeth, you know? So it's like,
Just
It
tell
just-
as soon as a girl starts dragging her teeth, just lightly smack her on top of the head, like, no.
yeah.
And most of them are like, what? And I'm like, stop dragging teeth on my dick.
Well, no, I would tell them, I'm
like, I
like,
don't
you know what?
bite your clit.
Yeah.
And that's not true. Sometimes I chew on it, but like I ask them first.
Yeah, if they like it. you
Like
know?
teeth, or like you roll your gums over your
No, I'll
teeth.
chew on a clit. I don't give a fuck.
Like I'll hold it in place and then just fucking like just shadow box the fuck out of it with my tongue.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I just don't think teeth have any business anywhere near genitals.
I mean, I'm not fucking
I'm
like.
not saying I automatically do it to
Yeah.
everyone, but some women are into crazy shit.
Yeah, like me, I ask a lot of questions. Okay, like, what do you know, should I move left or right, up or down? And then there have
You
been
know-
women who have said, yeah, kind of like nibble it a little bit with your
Yeah,
teeth.
man. That's how I found it. Some chick asked me to do it the first time. And
That's
then,
the key
You
is
can
that-
tell that
Giddy
some
up.
chicks are
My
into
friend,
it. So
uh,
it's like the shocker. It does not have as great a success rate as you want to brag that it does.
right.
But it's easily got a 75% or better success rate.
Yeah,
But
as
like-
long as you do it right, go ahead.
Well, no, but my friend Doug, you know, he was asking me, like, well, how do you get good at eating pussy or whatever? Because, like, this other friend, Brandy, like, told him that I was, like, really good with her. And he goes, man, I'm jealous. And so he asked me, how do you get good at it? And I go, well, number one, the biggest thing is love it. And as soon as I said that,
That's true.
Yeah.
as soon as I said you have to love it, he goes, oh, I don't care.
Oh, boo!
But then I
Nah.
go, but if you're really trying to impress someone, then the next biggest thing is, and to me it goes hand in hand with loving it, is tune in to what they want, you know, because it's all about I get off on a woman coming, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like what is that?
Acknowledgement of truth,
Okay.
usually.
So it's like then I feel like when you're in that mindset, you will eventually automatically become great at it because
You have a vested interest.
It's your focus, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's
so
been a
then
while.
I get off
extended it.
by coming,
Yeah.
not by someone else coming.
Oh,
I get off by coming.
Yeah.
it gets
Right
me
on,
there
man.
though quicker when she's just like like that.
Oh, yeah, for
like,
sure.
I
Definitely.
will get orders of magnitude harder, like where it's just like, oh shit, like I could probably like
Yeah.
beat a goddamn like dent a car door with it
Yeah,
if
for
I've
sure.
watched her come at least a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
Like
And-
if I've been able to do that, it's like, and then of course at least I know that she's there, like she's gotten her. I always feel shitty if I just like pump and dump and I'm out. You know, it's like, yeah. And she's like, okay, I am just a hole, I guess.
Yeah.
Like that's never something I've been into.
Nah, I mean,
You're
Yeah.
looking at me like I told you to stop engaging in foreplay.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
I just like, by all means, get a woman off. Get her off 5, 6, 7 times before you can pull your dick out. However you want to play that game. But that, like, none of that is going to stop me from coming.
Fair, but
Like,
I've like
none of that is going to make me come.
I guess I don't know. Maybe it's a total fetish for me because literally, I shit you not, there have been times when I have gone down on a woman like 7, 8 hours, you know, with some breaks in there, And then just went. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I went home and I jerked off later, but like I didn't even necessarily want to in that moment. I was just there for that.
100% done that.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
No, I've never done that. Like
I-
I've eaten a lot of pussy, but it always leads to fucking.
Yeah. I can't just be like eating.
Yeah, that's
Like,
great
eating
too.
pussy
and
is
I'm not
foreplay.
I'm not saying that I only do that and
Oh,
never
for
fuck.
sure.
Like, yeah, I fuck too, but those nights when it's just all
It's not about you, I promise. It's just about me. Sometimes I got to argue with James. James is like, "Oh, I've done that."
Oh,
I'm
no,
like,
no.
that's retarded. Why would you do that?
Because
Because
that,
chances are, if she enjoys you eating her pussy, she's gonna enjoy penis too.
more than likely, but maybe
It's
I've
like coffee-
gotten what
yeah.
I needed out of the situation.
It's like
yeah,
coffee
see,
and a
that's
cigarette.
Exactly.
like it's
like-
not that I
yeah.
necessarily just because you're involved in a sexual situation doesn't necessarily mean that I have to come.
Yeah.
It doesn't for me. It like just sometimes it's just like put that to sleep. Have a great day. Like,
Yeah. I guess, well, like, and for
Oh.
me, I literally get some, almost like a brain orgasm when I'm making the woman just come over and over and over again with my mouth. It's like, oh, yeah.
Whatever.
You're a pussy. I have never had a woman be like you give a woman like 2-3 solid orgasms. I've never had a woman be like, "Oh, no penis now."
oh no, that's never happened. I've never had a girl turn it down.
Most
not
of them
done it.
demand it.
Yeah, most are like, come on, put your dick in me. Right, for sure.
And then you're like,
some-
"Oh, it's the least I can do." But for you guys to just be like, "No,
You go,
no
"Oh."
penis for you."
You guys.
This
whoa.
is these two. You
I'm not
calm
saying
down.
I'm not saying that I'm telling them no penis for them. If they ask for it, then yeah, I move into that mode for sure.
I just maybe it's just because I've never had that experience.
It's part of, like, for me, I learned early, I read all those tantric sex books and the Kama Sutra and all that, and so I learned, like, the awesomeness of all the other stuff around it, and, like, building up the tension and just,
And then once you go, it's like you put out a load that could put out a campfire.
oh, yeah,
Fuck,
for
it's
sure,
just-
for sure.
Oh man.
Bear is looking at me looking at the both of us with such disdain and disappointment.
Well, because what Jeff just said implies that I don't understand how foreplay or orgasms.
No, not
not
at
at
all.
all.
That wasn't
Not at
directed
all.
at that. It's just
I think he said it right towards the beginning of this conversation is somewhat fetishized. Like it's just a thing I like to do.
Yes,
And it
exactly.
doesn't have to do with me coming necessarily.
And
It
sometimes
can,
you're
but,
right.
But to me, there is an experience about, especially like YouTube or porn. Don't YouTube it. Pornhub. Search for like orgasm torture and shit like that, and
Oh.
it's not. But it's.
But yeah, when they do come, it's like insane.
I get it. I know how to fuck.
Not saying you're not. I'm trying to make
Like,
you understand where I'm coming from because it sounds like you're saying that
No,
well,
it's
both
just,
of us.
What it is just never an experience I've had. If I've
Okay.
gone down on you and you've had a couple orgasms, you're gonna ask for dick. That's just the natural progression of things to come.
Fair enough.
So for you to be like, sometimes they get the dick, sometimes they don't.
Okay,
I
well,
get
let me-
that because I understand your history. But for James to look at me like, don't shame me. This is about this. And like it's frustrating because James I don't know what James does or does not know how to fuck. I have no clue because James is he doesn't talk about certain subjects.
This is
So for
true.
this one to come out so blatantly, like, oh no, yeah, eat pussy for 7 hours and just never come.
never done that.
But that's what his entire
he
story
said-
was.
he said
and
that.
then you're like,
So- and I
I've
say-
done that.
No, I've done.
Oh, did he or did he not?
I've
I don't
said
remember
I
off the
have.
top of my
I
head,
have given
honestly.
girls orgasms and then not fucked them.
Yeah,
and,
that's
and not,
different.
And not like them saying, "Okay, no." It was me saying no. Like I'm not fucking you today. Sorry.
oh, and let
That's
me get.
just some weird control issue thing. I'm of the opinion that if the woman wants to engage in sexual related activities with me, it's because she wants to share a moment with me. For you to decide, oh, I'm going to get you off, but I'm not going to give you the opportunity to reciprocate, that's a fucking control move on your part. That's a
Right.
power move.
And let
That's
me-
because you have other insecurities and issues.
Let me clarify a couple things though too. On my end, I would never do that if a woman's like, "Please fuck me." I've never said no. I refuse. I will not. I definitely will. But here's the background. When I'm in that fetish mode for it, I will put that in my ad on Craigslist. So whatever woman does contact me by email, she's like, "Oh my God, yes, I want to come." That's being a pillow princess, where I'm just there to eat her pussy all night, and so they are already signing up for that. So that's kind of
true.
the context there.
Yeah, you're just being a dick.
I don't think
I'm
you're
in
being, I don't think you're
charge
being a
of the
dick.
orgasms.
So when you get,
No, go for it.
I was
Don't listen
get-
to Bear.
No, I was just gonna say, like, you do get into things where you have a certain amount of dom sub, and it's respected and expected to some degree by one or more parties, and so that it's not. That's a two-way street. Simply by thinking it's a controlling or withholding element on my part doesn't necessarily tell the whole picture, because that could be what they're into as well. And it
Yeah.
it's not all about vanilla sex, man.
I'm not saying it's all about vanilla sex, but people that can only have orgasms under circumstances of like dom or sub, that stems from a deeper issue.
Of course it does. Absolutely.
And so as soon as you say something like that, all of my red flags go off. I'm like, oh, well, now you're dumb for still engaging in that. That was that look. And I apologize. I don't legitimately think you're dumb. But, like, I just don't see the benefit of engaging in a relationship where someone isn't trying to better themselves. Every woman
yeah,
that I've
for
ever been in a
sure, for sure.
relationship that required some kind of sub-dom situation or some kind of, like, beyond light bondage. Like, some girls just want their hands tied behind their head.
100%. They just want to be restrained.
Some
a little
women
bit.
want to be fucking handcuffed to a giant board and then beat.
Yeah, no, I don't get that.
I will not, yeah.
But,
That's
like,
not at all what
I
will
just
do.
choose not to cross either of those lines. Like, I find women that just enjoy having sex with me because I'm good at having sex.
Hell
I
yeah.
find women that enjoy having sex with me because I have a rather thick penis. I find women that enjoy having sex with me because
Well,
they
that's
enjoy my
90%,
personality
and
and
that's
they want to
90%,
enjoy that moment with me.
It's like a sleeve of tuna cans.
But it's never,
Yeah, I
it's
think
never
Bar-
be like I'm not like it doesn't get me off to be in that situation to be like in control of someone's orgasm. That doesn't get me off. All that does is be like, why do I have to be in control of your orgasm? That's dumb. I will assist you in having an orgasm, but if I'm in complete control, you're just like laying there not doing anything. Fuck that. That's why I quit fucking hot bitches. You can fuck hot bitches. You just have to walk up to them and be very direct and be like, hey, I got a big dick. I'd love to give you an orgasm. And a lot of times they're blown away. They're like, oh, okay. Most men don't come at me direct like that.
Right.
Problem with hot bitches is they don't actually fuck. They just lay there and expect to be fucked because they're hot and that's all any guy's ever done to them before.
This is, I mean, I find no gaps in your argument here, but there are a certain amount of girls that want to be. It's not like the dead fish that you're talking about.
No, I get it. There's women that want to be absolutely dominated. But as someone trying to understand why I attract women with obscene daddy issues, I don't want to feed into your daddy issues by dominating you in bed.
But that's
I
what,
understand that that's not mentally healthy.
but that's what the
But that's how
aftercare.
that's how it directly comes at me.
Yeah, but there's another element that isn't often talked about when it comes to anything that is even light bondage, light torture, light anything, like all the way to the fucking ends of the earth where it's like you described, fucking chained to a board and being almost having their kidneys punched for 2 hours.
Jesus.
Like this is all
No.
of those things require something called aftercare. And
Yes.
that's where, and it's a very, very important part of any time you engage in anything that could be emotionally or physically. And that's where you start to work that shit out. Because
I
it's,
understand aftercare. The time
our audience
I'm
might not, so
fair,
that's why.
But because this is a conversation I'm directly having with you, the time that I spend fucking is not the time that I spend fixing your mental health issues. I am not a professional. I don't know how to help you with that. I know how I would deal with that issue. Aftercare works if you understand how to help someone. And in that situation, James, I don't know how to help you. I just know that I don't know how to deal with that situation because it's uncomfortable for me. I don't want to ever abuse a woman, whether she asks for it or not.
Oh, 100%. Look, my boundary on that is fucking down here compared
and
to
I get that,
the
but, like,
spectrum of.
But you
that.
argue the spectrum like I don't understand how a spectrum works. I've dated women, like I said, that full on BDSM. I know that that's not for me.
Yeah.
That relationship didn't last. It probably lasted way longer than it ever needed to, but it didn't last as long as it could have because I know that's not for me.
Yeah.
If you
Fair,
if
for sure.
you need a form of sex where you need some kind of instant mental psychological care afterwards, that is such a fucking deeper issue than anything I'm equipped to deal with.
Sometimes
No,
that's
you
true.
can
Well,
you
hold
can
on.
say whatever you want, but I know myself.
Yeah,
I am not equipped to deal with that.
But sometimes aftercare is just, it doesn't have to do, taking that word, maybe I'm going off on a different subject with it, but I've understood aftercare in general after like a really, really super intense experience. There was a lady a couple of summers ago where I came over to her house and we just did, again, that tantric thing all night. And it was, you know, oral and regular sex and back to oral and everything in between. And at one point in the evening, she was just like, oh my God, okay, you put me into subspace. And then I had to learn what that is, where it's like subspace is kind of, it comes from the BDSM community, but it refers to this whole almost an out-of-body experience for the woman where like every barrier is down and complete trust and surrender is there. But then that requires very tender aftercare where you're kind of not pushing anything. You're just letting them be in that space. And it could be, so I just kind of laid next to her and let her kind of go through.
Come back from
Come
it.
back to earth, yeah.
Yep.
And that, because it's very vulnerable. If you keep kind of pushing, even gently, now you're kind of, you know, jarring them, and that can be actually traumatic or something.
Right.
So I learned that, and so it doesn't necessarily
Because
have to be a daddy issue. It's just the intensity
And the endorphins and all the
Oh,
different
yeah. Chemicals can-
hormones and brain chemicals that get released. It's like they're not themselves, and you bring them back from it. And for a lot of people, everybody in this room does something to release endorphins to cope with something. It's why we
Yeah.
fucking jack off. Like, quite literally. Like, it's why you do that is it changes your brain chemistry for a brief period. It allows you space from some other things, and then you come back to life. You know, like your brain comes back into center. So,
Sure.
Right.
But again, my point is for a woman to be, and I'm not judging you, this is not any way, shape, or form, but for a woman to be so far into a world where she uses a term that Jeff then has to research,
Well, she explained it to me. It wasn't like
you still had to
No,
research
I'll
it,
get
whether
it.
you had to ask.
gotta let him go
You
with
had
this
to
one.
look it up. You did not understand what that term was, and it directly relates to BDSM. And because that woman has so many barriers, the fact that he was able to break those barriers down and give her a true orgasm, miracle in itself. But the fact that she has that many barriers built up, and
I
when
don't-
she goes to that zone, it automatically relates to a BDSM issue, that is so many fucking red flags. I'm not saying that
maybe I'm
woman.
explaining it
Hang
wrong.
on. I'm not saying that woman doesn't deserve to fuck. I'm not saying that woman doesn't deserve aftercare. I'm not saying, dude. I'm glad Jeff was able to give her the most mind-numbing orgasm she ever had without a leather strap, and I'm glad that he was able to help her out after that. I know that I would never get that far with that woman because I can see red flags. I know that I am not equipped to deal with that. There's a time when I was dumb enough that I thought I could, and I probably pushed 2 to 3 women in my lifetime back 10 years worth of therapy thinking that I could help them. Now I know that I am not equipped to do that, so I would not put myself in either of those situations.
fair enough.
Yeah.
But for you to tell me that I don't understand how, like, or either of you to be like,
Dude, I don't-
sometimes it's about tantric sex or whatever. Like, I know how to fuck. I was married
Where
probably
in-
4 years longer than I should have been because that was the only thing I was good at.
But where in what I said was I saying that You don't.
Right. We never.
I'm just addressing that.
Signed that.
Yeah.
Neither one of us
Fair.
did.
Maybe I am projecting something. But the way both of you tried to explain it to me, here's what it was. Neither one of you actually said it. Those words never came out of your mouth. But the way both of you tried to explain it to me is the way Armstrong tries to explain stuff to Hamill. And I know Hamill's smarter than that.
Oh, I didn't mean to come off like
No,
that.
no, no,
man.
and
I mean,
definitely not where we were going. And I
But
think
that's the point I am defending.
No, no, that's-
A, I wouldn't put myself in that situation. B, I'm not dumb because of it.
right. And I think
Fair. That's fair.
where the energy that Jeff and I are bringing towards you is just reciprocal of the energy we felt you brought at us, which is like, I would never do that. That's stupid. Is the energy you came at us with, and we're like, no, it's
Yeah,
more
but
nuanced
neither one of
than
you
that.
let me finish explaining why that's stupid. I'm not saying the act of aftercare is stupid. The act of me thinking I am capable of it is fucking stupid. But you
Oh.
guys both jumped in and explained why it's okay and how it works like I don't understand it. I never got to explain that I am not equipped for it.
okay, fair enough.
You guys both just jumped to the conclusion that it's a great thing. I just don't understand it.
Fair.
No, I just wanted to make sure you knew where I was coming from, because I felt, I kind of felt like you were, like he said, that that you were downplaying me for liking what I like or whatever,
Correct.
So fair enough. It was me getting defensive, so I apologize for that.
Everyone got defensive.
I did not mean to insinuate that you don't know what you're doing sexually, because clearly you do.
That wasn't even into the question. It just felt, again, it's not worth going back at it. We came at it with different energies.
Here's
misread the
something though
room.
that conversation led me to think though, that it is really interesting how all the different fetishes and kinks that probably have always been there, but now with everything instant social media and everything else, now everybody knows about everything. But it I was reading this article where they said that a lot of fetishes and kinks, it actually does come from some childhood trauma thing or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so I have a joke where I go, well, that's why I can only beat off to the Reagan administration. It's a dumb joke. Sorry, I shouldn't run material, but
No, it's fine.
but
It's funny.
there was this lady that I knew that her ex-roommate told her that her biggest sexual turn-on thing is she'll have a guy come over and then just basically tie her down to the floor or duct tape her down to the living room floor and then just dump baked beans and all kinds of food shit on her, and then him jerk off to her being covered with food and restraint. I'm like, that's so what childhood thing would that be? Part of, it's just so weird.
Touched at a barbecue.
Yeah. And then farted on.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to. I don't want to kink shame either. 'Cause
No,
people
you should in that case. That's just fucking weird.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm sorry, man. I'm tired of people being like, well, you can't call that weird. No, I can call it weird all the fucking day long. Are you
Yeah,
shitting
no,
me?
there you go.
No, that's perfectly normal to cover yourself in baked beans and get covered in duct tape and get jerked off on. That's totally normal.
Fair enough.
You're
Yeah.
allowed to do it, and I'm not going to tell you.
I'm not telling you
can't,
not. Yeah,
but
exactly.
I'm also going to be like, shit's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. I don't understand. I can't relate.
I'm not writing my congressman being like, you got to really ban this shit. It's getting out of control. I'm not. I don't care. But at the same time, I'm just like, come on. It's fucking strange.
So we've done our longest hour 2 ever.
Damn.
Anybody still watching or watches through this, also remember we have a email, youpeopleshow@gmail.com.
I like, and just to kind of put my 2 cents in this whole conversation, I like sex too. It's fun.
Hell yeah, bro.
Poor Hamill sat there dead silent for
Well, I
the
just
last
haven't.
half
I
hour.
haven't. The last time I got laid, the conversation I had with the person was, "Wow, can you believe Trump got elected?" That's how long it's been.
Bear, I hope there's no hard feelings, man.
No.
Absolutely
Okay.
not.
No,
Okay, good. No,
there is a standing rule. It's like what happens in this room stays in this room is what we aim for.
Yeah.
And so we can have all the disagreements and all that shit that we can possibly have. Hopefully we resolve
That's
it
it.
while we're on mic.
I'm
Yeah,
pulling.
hell yeah.
I just don't like to take what happens here off. So if we have to talk it out here, so be it. If we have to spend a cigarette break making sure that we're all fucking on the same page.
Some
and
aftercare.
I don't want to mother.
Cigarette aftercare. Oh, he's out.